Are you the type of person that likes to go out and explore the world? You know, the type of person that likes to take a sword in one hand, a shield in the other, maybe a couple magic spells here and there, I don't know, fireball's pretty handy, and just be ready for whatever the world throws at you? Well, I'm not that type of person. I like to stay home, relax, vicariously explore through the internet and games as, you tend to do when you're an introvert. And if you are someone that's like me, you will very much enjoy Path of Adventure. This is a roguelite text adventure style game, very classically made. It's straightforward, a very, very fun, random, choose-your-own-adventure type game with permadeath elements. I find it really, really refreshing, actually, with a lot of twists and turns on the genre I've seen. It's always nice and refreshing to go back to the classics, and this is definitely a classic way of experiencing that type of game. Note, I will point out, as you can probably see underneath the new game feature, is that this is the demo version. The game I'm linking to you in the description below is the demo version of the game. The full game is an Android and iOS game, as explained thusly, and yes, it is free. I actually downloaded it on my tablet and really want to play it in bed, which I'm very much looking forward to. There is no paying up front, free and whatnot. There are a couple microtransactions, I did check, but it's only for revives of, if you die in the adventure, you revive back to the same point thing, and then undos for decisions. But if you're truly playing an adventure roguelike game, you're not going to be using those things. So, mind that they're there, but in all honesty, I think this is well worth a check out. So, how do we play this game? Well, simply put, it is a text adventure. You make decisions, you try and survive, you get treasure. There, the explanation's over. Actually, there is a tiny bit more. See, in our character, you can actually choose from different characters. We, of course, start unlocked with the Rogue, which we're going to be doing for this Let's Play. But in, later adaptations, as you progress through the game, you will unlock more and more characters that all play and start differently, and also have different difficulty measures. The Rogue is described as the easy character to play, but as you unlock more, there'll be harder and very hard characters to get through your adventure with. So there is a lot of unlockable / the word I'm thinking of is progression. That's the word I'm thinking of. Above our text adventure, we have some stats that we'd like to explain first. First and foremost is the lovely heart, 15 of 15. That's your health. If it hits 0, you're dead. The one next to it is shield. That's your damage absorption. If a monster attacks you for 2, you will take 1 point of damage because the other one is blocked. You can upgrade that with armor and weapons of the sort. We start off with a shield in a bit, so that actually helps us as well. The one next to that is the attack. So this is bare-fisted punch in the face if the creature had a face. There is a couple slimes in here, so I don't know how that would feel. Feel like punching Jello, actually. I wonder what punching Jello feels like. At the moment, we only do 1 damage. Equipped with a weapon, we'll do more. The symbol next to it is your speed / dodge chance. This is how easily you'll be able to get out of the way in time. Kind of counterpoint to the block. If you want to dodge the attack, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to take any damage, but there's a percentile chance, and sometimes it's not worth risking. Again, also, items will upgrade that to make it better. Next to that is The gem symbol, that's your treasure, that's your coinage, that's your score / things you're going to use to spend on buying items. And then finally, the little signpost is the progress you have made. At the end of the 0 of 50, once you've hit 50, that is the end of this character's adventure. Granted, though, each one would probably be random. If you played the rogue like 5 or 6 times, each time is going to be very different than the last. But if you are able to survive to the end of that 50 of 50, you will unlock another character, as explained previously a couple minutes ago. So, now that we've all got ourselves caught up, let's begin the adventure. You are standing at the start of a path before a small wooden sign. The words, though hardly readable, are legendary. Here be traps and treasures, monsters and magic. You might be wondering what this is all about. In that case, you're in luck. You see, the thing with a plan is, you simply have to follow it. Enter the path. Only minutes on the path, you meet a man largely wrapped in bandages, going the other way. "The sign!" he cries. "I've made it back!" Then he throws you his bag and runs off. Watching him disappear, you open the bag and find an antidote, a rusty dagger, and a fly swatter. That is not what I had last time, so okay, already, that's interesting. Alright, let's go to our inventory here. So, as you can see, the fly swatter gives us 2 to 3 damage, plus onto what we already have, plus also 1 extra speed, and the rusty dagger gives us plus 1 extra thing. Okay. So, weapons have a certain amount of slots here, just to point out. So if you don't want to keep a weapon, you might want to drop it to make room for other stuff. And, items are infinite. So no matter how many items you have, you'll be fine. So just keep in mind with weapons, I'm actually going to drop the rusty dagger because I'm going with the speedy stuff. So let's follow the path. And as we keep following the path and whatnot, we progress in the story and yada yada. There are a couple exceptions to this, and hopefully we'll get to that. A most curious thing about adventuring is to find loot everywhere. This time, it's some treasure. I bet we'll find much more toys and candy before this journey is over. Candy. Follow the path. Oh no, a black crow. That rhymed. Monsters come in all shapes and sizes, but there's one thing they all share, a burning love for treasure. And they don't mind killing for it. While on the path, you can avoid battle by throwing them some of your treasure. On the other hand, defeating them and can take theirs. And on the other hand, you can kill them and take theirs. So yes, you can forego score and treasure in order to not die in certain situations. Right now we're okay, so, let's fight the crow. Simple black crow. It has 4 out of 4 health, 0 defense, 2 out of 3 attack, and 1 speed. So, we don't have any defense on us, because, we don't have a shield, yada yada. We're going to take the hit. Black crow strikes for 3, we take the 2, which is bad. Right, fly swatter. Hacha! Ooh, we hit a 4. Nice! I'd say critical, but no, that's just max damage. And I slayed the black crow. We did take a little scuff out of that, but we're okay. The fight wasn't so scary after all. In fact, it wasn't even very interesting. Plus 1 experience. Yay! The black crow leaves his heirs a fair amount of valuables. Pity they aren't around. You inherit some treasure and a mushroom. So let's go to the inventory. It says mushroom. Mushrooms with some magic power. Eating reveals the kind. So I remember one thing that I was able to do is find a Mushroomopedia in the game. And that would have helped me decipher what this mushroom is without accidentally poisoning myself. So, we do have an antidote though. Ooh. Yeah, let's eat the mushroom. Eat the mushroom and you feel your skin stiffen, plus a temporary defense. -1 health and mushroom. The mushroom appears to be a defense mushroom. New mushroom identified. I think, if I'm not mistaken correctly, because I've never actually experienced this before, that the mushroom changes, or the things change as you play the game or have new games. So, we'll figure that out as more and more time is given to the game. The Ring of Life glows and heals a bruise. Yay! So, if I ate the mushroom and didn't have damage, I'd be at full. Also, I forgot to mention, experience. Once we hit the 5 out of 5 experience, we'll get an elixir of growth. That is your level up. The path links up with an old road going around some ancient ruins. It seems the place made friends with Fog and Webs, whom invited Scary Sounds to join in. Voice in the Wind is there too, waiting. The cloak of camouflage. Come take the cloak of camouflage. Of course I'm going to take your cloak of camouflage. Camouflage. Enter the ruins. So, one thing that keeps popping up wherever you are is a lonely watchtower. The ominous looks of the black building are only terrifying, but also strangely tempting. Let's climb the tower. At the top of the tower, you find the remains of a fellow adventurer and his personal belongings, including some treasure and a defensive mushroom. Hey, we got mushrooms. Now, as you may notice, as we continue to explore this particular little tiny dungeon on our complete different path, we are not actually progressing the signpost numbers because we are going in a little tiny side dungeon. So the game is actually longer than 50 turns and can throw out a lot more interesting stuff. So if you want to go off the beaten path and explore and, get treasure, it's going to take you a little longer to beat the game, but you'll be more well prepared for whatever the hell comes your way. At the center of a grove of trees stands a great willow tree. He's wading in the water. His wide trunk not only resembles a face, old and gnarled, but also features a small door with a lock. Ooh, do I want to break open the door? I'm gonna just explore further. I'm not keen on smashing open a tree face. Behind a torn and faded tapestry, you discover a hidden door, leading to a room shrouded. The darkness, it's shredding. In utter darkness. Some light would be nice, but we're still going into the room and just, look around. Hey, after having searched every inch of the floor, your fingers suddenly close around a curious object. It can only be. You haste back to the light. Indeed, it's the cloak of camouflage. So, if we go into our inventory, it is an item. So, puts a chameleon to shame. +2 when taking a hit. And also, it basically improves dodge chance. So now we have a permanent, when in combat, +2 to our dodge. Yay! Deep inside the tomb, you find a richly decorated coffin. It's probably a bad idea to open random coffins found in random tombs, but I'm dying to know what's inside. Okay, let's open the coffin up. You make a note of this. Richly decorated coffins are also a preferred dwelling for a hibernating blob. Oh no, it's a slime. It's the Jello. The blob is eager to attack, so you make ready to defend. Take the hit, dodge chance 43%. Ugh. Let's see. Use defensive mushroom. I'm going to use the defensive mushroom to gain my defense up, which means that for the time being, I will not take much damage because he only does 3 to 4, so I should be okay. Fly swatter. Flap. You strike and the blob blocks it slightly. The blob takes 2 damage. And so the blob escapes. Aw, he ran. That's unfair. All that hacking and slashing and getting kicked in the face for nothing. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. You enter a damp room illuminated by soft glowing fungi covering all four walls. You manage to take a handful of mushrooms before the toxic air drives you out. I got 4 mushrooms. Mushrooms 4. Oh, they're different mushrooms. Ooh. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. Let's explore further. You wander around some more, but with the main treasure found, it seems the place is back to what it really is, a pile of rubble in a swampy field. Time to return to the path. Alright, and as we return to the path, you emerge from the fog and once again follow the course of the path, hopefully towards a place with less creepy noises. So now, we're back on the path, we continue our adventure, and the progression is continued. The Ring of Life grows, we gain 1 health. 2. The path goes through a half-buried skeleton the size of a cathedral. Under the cover of what seems to be its shoulder blade camps a traveler. Amazing, isn't it? He says. And this was only the younger brother of the full-grown Hydra that occupies the Castle of Doom. Hydra? The Hydra is a gigantic beast, but not only that, it's got 3 heads, each one a monster on itself. That makes it very agile. If you ever end up facing the guy, you'd better have a good dodge defense thing. So, yay, information for us for later. The castle? You don't know? Well, the short version is, there was once a castle of wonder. It was the most beautiful thing ever built, but the queen hated it. Being skilled in witchcraft, one day she summoned the monsters, and so the Hydra came and conquered the castle and threw it into ruin. Now it's called the Castle of Doom. Oh, here's your story. Follow the path. The Ring of Life grows, we gain some health back. You meet a gray-bearded adventurer. Always keep your valuables somewhere safe, he says, showing you a handful of gold and pubic hairs. Yeah, no, that's... I'm going to throw up over here now. Gazing at the night sky, you see a star falling down. You chase its bright tail through the countryside, and inside the smoking crater, you find a heap of treasure. Stardust. Follow the path. We gain some health. We're almost at full now. Yay. Right after you turn a sharp corner, you bump into a merchant and his stall. I knew this was a good spot, he says. Here, you rascals are still alive. Any luck finding treasure? I have some good stuff for sale. Alright, well, let's take a look. We can buy a weapon. Ooh, we're going to take that shield, because that'll help us. What other items do you have? There's a key and a sharpening stone. We'll also take the key. Good choice. You have, I have the same at home. Alright, we'll leave. Thank you for your trust. And I hope we meet again, he says. And I am sure he does. Alright, so inventory. We now have a straw shield, so that'll help us with defense. A key, so rusted, bound to break, first lock, which it's used, so if I find a locked door, it'll open the lock, but then break. Gotcha. Gain some life. Outside a giant spherical copper and glass building stands a man in a white coat, wiping his brow. What a day, he says. Finally found a way to combine magic and quantum physics. Turns out it opens a gateway to another dimension. Some kind of monster got through before I could close it. Interesting in earning a knuckle duster? I am. The Wanderer, though long... You wander through long corridors of flashing red lights until you reach the main hall. From a pool of bubbling plasma raises a black orb. It's big. This bugger is a spirit. Weapons that touch a spirit will fade and be unusable for a while. Okay. So if I attack it with my hands, do my hands go away? Interesting. Fly swatter. Swap. Okay, the strike of 3. Good. Good, because it has no damage. The fly swatter fades and becomes like a shadow. You prepare to defend. Now I have a straw shield. Whap! I now only take 1 point of damage. The straw shield fades and... Oh, no. Alright. Let's punch it in the face. You prepare to defend. Block forward, but you quickly jump and dodge. Yay! Fly swatter. Smack. There's an awful cry, and the evil spirit vanquishes. This place has been cleansed. You stomp out and tell the scientist he can shut off the alarm. That's great, he says. Here's the knuckle dusters as promised. I was thinking maybe I should just repeat the experiment on a higher frequency. Oh yay, I got experience. So, if we go over now to our inventory, we have an elixir of growth. We're going to use that. And we have a choice. Do we get some more life? Do we defend? Get some more defense, attack, or speed? I'm going to get a little bit more defense. I kind of get beat up. And with the shield now, I think I'm going to be good. Follow the path. All of the sudden, there's a bang. A cloud of smoke and an old man in a white cloak. There you are, he says, like you were the one teleporting about. You guessed it right. Indeed, I am the White Sorcerer. He stares at you from under his eyebrow, expecting some kind of reaction. Well, I've come to warn you, child. This path is evil. It could not be trodden lightly by some random adventurer to take matters worse, a goblin chief. Oh, to make matters worse, a goblin chief has come forth and now blocks the way. The path? Ask about the path. This so-called path of adventure is nothing but a trap. It was forged by the witch queen after she summoned the Hydra that now holds the Castle of Doom. She was thrown into a dungeon to rot, but I fear she's not gone entirely. I urge you to go back. The Goblin Chief? A goblin that claims to be their leader, but so do many others. Nevertheless, it's a foe beyond your skill. Its powerful blows shatter shields and bones. I spotted it on the path, about 8 days' travel from here. Room path 18. Okay, so on the 18th path day, we'll find it. Yay. But luckily enough, there's a ruins. So you're looking out over a field of ruins where you hear something say, "Hello." Well, before a tiny hole in a wall sits a worm with a scarf around it. It's not really its neck, is it? No. Wouldn't go in there if I were you, it says. One sesame spell and a lot of trouble. Why don't you come inside and have a cup of tea? Yay, I can go get a sesame spell. I'll take a spell. Actually, you know what? I didn't check. What is the brass knuckle dusters? Where did I get the knuckle dusters? Did I not take the knuckle dusters for some... well, fuck me. Explore the ruins. In the midst of ruins and destruction stand a stone building, apparently untouched by time. Strange runes are carved in the wooden door. Break in! Boo! You temper your expectations when you noticed how easily the door opens. Someone has beat you to it. Fortunately, the person left behind a little bit of treasure, so that's good to know. You stand on the shore of a muddy lake, looking at an island not far away. Although it seems promising, the idea of swimming across makes you nervous. There's a little boat pulled onto the shore, but it's attached by a cane. Well, luckily, a cane? Yes, a cane is holding it into place because there's a hole in it. Luckily, I have a key, so we're gonna unlock the chain. You take... Oh God. My throat's dry now. You take the boat and row to the island. A relaxing trip, even though you spot some strange movement in the water. On the sandy shore, you dig up a chest, almost entirely perished, but still containing a little bit of treasure. Between the foundations of a once glorious structure, now thrive shrubs and weeds. This place begs to be explored, but a bunch of thorn bushes give you a funny feeling. Then somehow remind you of Predator. That's pretending it isn't there. Alright, well, let's attack the bushes. Thwap, thwap. Fly swatter. Hit the bushes for 4. Yay! 4, then 6, 4, 6. That's not math right. The twigs sprout from freshly cut, and yeah, it's regrowing and some stuff, and then we attack again, but it's fine. Not sure how long it will take for the bushes to recover. You quickly explore the area. Among the remains is some treasure. Yay! Oh, God. One thing that keeps popping up wherever you are, it's a lonely watchtower. Hey, I've seen you before. Let's climb up and say hi. Oh, dear Lord. Who would have thought that a black orb would appreciate such heights? In contrast, it certainly doesn't appreciate your visit. Alright, so we're fighting another black orb. Shielded up. Alright, I take 1 attack. Smack with a fly swatter. I'm gonna get hurt. Nah. Alright, I do take a little bit of damage. Bare hands. Punch it. Strike it for 3. Yay! Oh, that must be what the knuckle dusters do. It adds to the bare hand thing. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Scratches, you gain some experience. I gain some treasure and a monster part. What's a monster part? Oh yeah, there's knuckle dusters. Breaker of teeth, +2 to bare-handed attacks. Yay! Monster parts. Some parts of monsters are quite nutritious. Plus, it restores health. +4 health if I eat it. I'm not going to do that, but let's do a little bit more exploring. Behind the torn faded tapestry. Hey, I know this one. Enter the room. After no more than a few steps, the floor disappears from under your feet. A terrifying second later, you land on thorns and broken glass. Ow! How much experience do I need? Oh, 6 now. Okay, so it is more. You enter a damp room illuminated by soft, glowing fungi, covered all the walls. I take a handful of mushrooms. Yay! You stand at the edge of an open space covered in grass that reaches to your waist. You love to investigate the place further, but a cloud of mosquitoes hangs in the way. Alright. Bunch of mosquitoes. Oh, well, luckily enough. Fly swatter. Smack. I kill the mosquitoes. How apropos. Once you've showed them your resilience, the mosquitoes decide to wait for an easier prey. Those are... oh god, big mosquitoes. And you're able to explore the area freely. In what's left of a treasure chest, you among the weeds are in yada yada. I found the spell! Yay! And a sesame spell. What does it do? Let's see. Defense. Magic. Opens any kind of lock. Oh, sesame! Open sesame. Okay, that makes sense. Any more for any more? No. We leave the ruins. That's good to know. I think we explore the path one more time. Yay! Oh god, a lava monster. Oh, a monster with a lava spell. Ooh. Anyway, I think that's a good enough point to leave off for now. I've still got plenty of exploring to do and adventure to continue on. But I think you get the gist of the game. You probably got the gist of the game about 20 minutes ago. But nevertheless, I got a little caught up in it. So, nevertheless... the link to this game is in the description below. My name is Ben Dark Arts, and hopefully, if you like this enough, you'll download the app. I'm actually looking quite forward to playing it on my tablet. So, yes, now, what's this? Deep inside a dark forest, you discover a gloomy mansion surrounded by trees, becoming dead or dying. So much for a cabin in the lake, says the woman in flip-flops. This was supposed to be like my wellness weekend, but instead I'm being chased by a freaky monster. If you could, like, kill it or something, I'll give you the lava spell I found under the bed. Well, yeah, a lava spell's awesome. Oh, another ectoplasm. Okay, it's another spirit. Yay! Well, luckily I can punch it with my fist. Punch! And then defend. And then swat it. And then try and dodge it. Ow, that really hurt. And then punch. Oh, I miss. Defend. And smack. Yay! Yay!